Hey everyone, it's Jamie, and I'm going to walk you through how to use Autocrat to create your certificates. So super cool basic ideas here that you'll be able to apply to a lot of things in the future. So first thing I want you to learn about is the concept of tagging. So let's look at this example in my Zendesk article. So I have my sample certificate. You'll see these arrows on the left side and right side of the name. This is creating a tag field. And so what this is going to do is it's going to match exactly to your spreadsheet. So let me scroll up and show you my sample spreadsheet. So I have a column here with the header name. And then when I set it here, what Autocrat does, or other mail merge applications, they search for the tags and then they fill in the data. So essentially you're creating maps. You're creating directions for where the data is going to go. And so the possibilities are endless. As we go through this video, I'm going to show you how to create tags for parent email addresses. You could even do parent name. You could do pronouns, adjectives to really customize the things that are going out. So totally limitless and gets kind of fun and nerdy. I think you'll like it. Okay, so to get started with today's process, you need to have a spreadsheet ready. And on that spreadsheet, you're going to want to have, let me clean this up really quickly for you because we were doing some tests in the previous session. All right, so you're going to want to have a spreadsheet with your student names and have a header on it. And then you're going to want to have the parent emails. Now, super cool hack that we learned today in the other session. If you have two parents you need to send to, you can do a comma and space, and then you can do the second email. And Autocrat will send to both of them. The other option is you could do a new column, and you can call this second parent, and you can put the email address here. And when we go into the part where we add the tags, you'll just be putting a tag for parent email 1 and then for the second email. So I'll show you that a little bit later, but everything you do on this spreadsheet is the key to how the rest of this goes. So just know that whatever you program in here can map over to the other places. Okay, all right, so you've got your spreadsheet and you're gonna have your parent basics, what you need, name and parent email. After that, you're gonna be able to kind of expand and go further. Once you have that, you're gonna go into your spreadsheet and you're gonna wanna click on add-ons. And there you're gonna choose add, let me show you. You're gonna choose get add-ons if you don't already have the Autocrat add-on. You'll go to get add-ons, you'll search the store and then download it. I'm gonna go to open since I already have it. And it does take a few seconds to load. This is where we practice our breathing. All right, so my screen's gonna look a little bit different than yours because I've been playing with this all day. You're not gonna see any of these, but these are just jobs that are already saved. So things that you've already kind of developed and programmed, you get to use again and again. I'm gonna go to new job. Okay, once I name it, I'm gonna hit next. This is where I've noticed is the first kind of place that you can go down the wrong road. So what we're doing for template is in blue, it's telling you choose the Google Slides job as a template from Drive. So again, Google Slides. A few people were picking their spreadsheet here and then it totally doesn't work. So make sure it's your slides. So I have my copy here. So this is my slide, and make sure again, your tag, this needs to match what's on your spreadsheet. So your spreadsheet might say student full name. If that's the case, change this to read student full name. They have to match identically, or just change your column here to have name. Either way works, but that has to be done before you go down this road of template because the tool doesn't know that you edited the document. You might have to start over. So if that's the case, just X out, start over again, you're fine. Okay, so because I've already done this before, my template samples are here, so I'm gonna pick use. You would go to from Drive and find your template. I'm gonna hit use. And notice here, fetching tags from template. That step is super important. So you have to kind of start here on step 2, getting those tags loaded, or the next step doesn't work. So I'm gonna hit next. And you'll know it works because you're going to see the name field off your certificate. So that's where that tag field lives. And it's asking you what tab from your spreadsheet, these are your tabs down here. Yours might just say sheet 1. So go ahead and pick that. It may be loaded for you already. And then you'll have a list of, these are all the column headers that you have on your spreadsheet. So you just want to match. So I want name to match to name. That's how it works. So again, you're telling the tag, use the name field when you populate on the certificate. Now I'm going to hit next. And here's where you're going to name your file, and you get to use the tag again. So Autocrat is going to create an individual file for every one of your students that you're going to be able to send to the parents. So I'm going to use the name field, the name tag, excuse me, name. And you can also use punctuation. So outside, the arrows disappear once the file runs. So I'm going to do blanks, certificate of completion. Okay, now next part that's super important, you're going to change it from Google Slides to PDF. This is how we want the individual end product to be. Then I'm going to hit next. Choose destination folder. So you're going to get a copy. Where do you want it to live and drive? So choose folder. I have a folder called notes where I just put all of my junk. So I'm going to choose that here. Next, you don't have to worry about 6. You can skip that one. You can skip 7. And now 8. Here's the fork in the road. Do you want to email all the parents a copy of this? If yes, please pick Share Doc. And this is where you can test sending it to yourself to make sure it's working. So I want to share it as a PDF. These two don't really matter right now because you're not really sharing a Google Doc where you need collaborators. So don't forget to scroll down. This is where some people get tripped up a little bit because they don't scroll. So now you see this frame for email, and you can use tags in here. Super cool. So this is where we populate. I'm going to use my test email column. So I'm going to type in test email. Now, this is where you can put the parent email column. But if you just want to make sure this works and you want to see that your programming and everything you did is okay, put in your test email. And then reply to, I want it to come back to me. Subject. You can also use tags in the subject. So just like my file name, okay, so now it's going to fill in that blank. So for example, it'll be Emperor Palpatine's certificate of completion. And I can also use tags in writing my email. Okay, so this came out of the 1 o'clock session, and I think it's super cool. A kinder teacher at PCR said, I'm going to add a tag for pronoun. And that suddenly got me thinking, oh my gosh, if you're going to add a tag for pronoun, you can add a tag for adjective, and you can customize the email message a little bit. Okay, so look what I did. I'm going to go over here to this email tab that I have. And here's what I wrote. Dear parents of, tag for the name, it's June. Hooray. We had a wonderful year with name and the rest of the class. Name will be missed. Pronoun was so adjective, and that really contributed to the class culture. I hope you have a great summer. Please find name's certificate of completion attached. So if I copy this text, what's going to happen is all those places I put tags are going to match up to what's on my spreadsheet. So let me show you what I did. Here I have the pronouns, he and she, and I have adjectives. So for Emperor Palpatine, I did tyrannical. For Yoda, I did wise. For Wicket, I did happy. For K2SO, I did snarky. So let's practice. Suddenly it's Mad Libs. Dear parents of Emperor Palpatine, it's June. Hooray. We had a wonderful year with Emperor Palpatine and the rest of the class. Emperor Palpatine will be missed. He was so tyrannical, and that really contributed to the class culture. I hope you have a great summer. Please find Emperor Palpatine's certificate of completion attached. I wish you a safe and happy summer. Okay, so maybe some of you noticed my error here. And it's not a big one, but it will be a little bit odd if I send it this way. So if you have this column with first and last name, it might be kind of bizarre to say the first and last name every single time in the email. Notice I had it 3 times. Probably not the coolest. So you may want to create another column that says first name. Oh, look, I already have it there because I thought about this ahead of time and I forgot it. So let me add this here, student first name. Now remember, tags have to match exactly or none of this works. So it has to be the exact spelling and layout. Sometimes it's easier just to copy and paste from this. So let me show you that. So I'm going to highlight by doing Command or Control A, then Command or Control C, and then I'll go down here, and then I'll do Command or Control V, and that pastes. So everywhere that I did name that I want it to just be first name, I'm going to make that fix. Okay, so if you're thinking this is way too complicated, it's not what I signed up for, totally fine. The basics you need to do is you're adding parent email and you're putting certificate of completion and you're writing a nice note. This is just if you want to personalize a little bit. And I really encourage you to try it, but I get it. It's a little crazy. So once this is all ready, I'm going to hit next. And again, send it to yourself first so you know that it's working. Don't worry about number 9. We're not doing any triggers. That's next year's lesson. Hit save. Now, once the job is saved, you're going to be able to run it. So know that nothing is happening yet until you press a play button. All right. So what's going to happen when I hit play now, all of these people, my test email, I'm going to get a copy of all of these. So I'm thinking that I really don't want to get 28 emails right now in my already crowded inbox. So I'm going to delete some of those just to see a couple of them work. Okay, I'm going to hit the play button. Now it's running. So you're going to see activity on the screen. If everything worked right, you're going to see these columns appear and it's going to tell you exactly what's happening. So once the first one runs, you'll see some status. So telling you the job is started. All right, so Emperor's Palpatine's certificate is already done. Let's check the logs. Document created, merged. So again, it put the name on the certificate, created a PDF, and then sent an email to my email address with a reply to, and here's the time it happened. If you want to see the certificate, you can click on here to go right to the certificate in Google Drive. Just taking a second. Ta-da! Oh, and do you know why it has 2? Because my slide has 2. Good to know. So make sure your slide has 1. And let's check my email to see if I got it. Let me find it and I'll bring it over for you to see. Takes just a second. All right, here's one from earlier when I ran it. Admiral Akbar's Certificate of Completion 2020. Dear parents of Admiral Akbar, it's June. Hooray. We had a wonderful year with him and the rest of the class. He will be missed. And he really, oh, I didn't give him an adjective, so it looks a little bit funny. But you can see how it works with the tags. So amazing. So amazing. So I hope you'll give this a try. Practice. Let me know if you need help wherever you get stuck. But remember, the biggest pain points are these 2. 1, when you're making your certificate, you don't have the right header here. The tag doesn't match exactly on your spreadsheet. 2, when you go to pick template, pick the certificate. Don't pick the spreadsheet. All right, you totally got this. I know you can do it. Let me know if I can help. Have fun. Be creative. Think of something awesome with this. It's so cool. All right. Bye, everyone.